Natural birth, empowering you to birth your way. Hello everybody. So my name's Zoe and I am a midwife and antenatal teacher, and I'm also the founder of Natural Birth, Birth Your Way. And what I do is I teach birth physiology to women and their partners as part of a course. And this course is derived from the Real Birth Company. So on there. So what I thought we'd do every week is I'm going to do a different theme of the week. So from A to Z. So today I'm going to be starting with adrenaline. Next week I'm going to be talking about birthing balls and so on. So what is adrenaline? Okay, so I just want everybody to think back a couple of thousand years ago to what the environment would have looked like. Okay, so there would have been far more predators around. There would be less shelter, more volatile conditions. Okay, but the main thing to know is that birth as a process has not changed. Okay, it's just the environment around us. So birth hormones are nurturing. So hormones are things that are produced in our bodies. They're substances produced in our bodies, which help us to birth our baby. Okay, and adrenaline is one of these, and it does have its role. So adrenaline gives us the power to stop or halt our birth when in times of fear. So when we don't feel safe, our bodies will produce adrenaline in order to stop or slow down labour until we find a place of safety. Okay. So ages and ages ago, say you've got a bear that walks past or a lion, so your body would have produced adrenaline to slow down or stop your labour, so you could go to a place of safety and birth your baby. So it's much like now. So lots of women find that when they go into hospital, their bodies will slow down labour, and it's because they're in a completely different setting to what they're used to. Okay, so at home you feel safe, you've got people around you, you've got your things around you. But going into hospital, it's a completely different setting. So lots of women find that their bodies will slow it down, and it's purely because of this innate response to birth. Okay, so we've taken this response all the way back from thousands of years ago and brought it to where we are now. But adrenaline shouldn't be feared. So adrenaline is there to help us protect our babies. So it helps us to further nurture our babies as well, because we don't want to be birthing them in an unsafe environment. So we want that adrenaline, but we don't want too much of that adrenaline. So we've also got a hormone in our bodies called oxytocin. Okay, so oxytocin is people refer to it as the love hormone, but it's really important during birth as well, because it helps our muscles to contract and retract. Okay, so it helps us to labour. So the more oxytocin you have, the stronger your labour will become. Okay, adrenaline is a counteractive of this. So if you have oxytocin and you have adrenaline, that adrenaline is going to lower the amount of oxytocin you have in your body, okay, and make it less effective. So therefore your labour is going to slow down. What we want to try and do, although adrenaline has its place, we don't want too much of it in our bodies. So what we're going to do is come up with ways in order for us to feel more safe. So say we're going into hospital, how can we bring stuff from our houses, from our safe places into hospital, so that that adrenaline is going to go down. Another way it can be produced, so lots of people have heard of the transition phase. So this is the phase during the second stage of labour where some women may feel different. So it can make some women a bit louder. You can feel a sense of loss of control, and that is purely because of the adrenaline that is present in your body. So during the transition phase, what's happening is your baby is pushing against those pelvic muscles in your pelvis, okay? And they've got receptors on the top of their heads which detect this pressure, okay? And they're not sure if they like it very much. So they've got the same exact response as us. They're not sure what's happening. So their adrenaline levels therefore rise, okay? So babies are attached to their cord, okay? Which is then goes through the placenta into us. And what's going to happen is that adrenaline is going to go from the baby's system through the cord and into the placenta, which is attached to us, okay? Then that placenta is going to pass that adrenaline through into our bloodstreams. And that's going to go up to our central nervous system, and our brain's going to go, we've got a heightened amount of adrenaline here, and it's going to react, okay? So during that phase as well, it's something that we'll go over further, but it's really about bringing your body back into balance, okay? So you've got lots of adrenaline, and what we want is lots of oxytocin, which is caused by feeling relaxed, feeling calm, and a good way for this to happen is to maybe bring some things from home which is going to relax you, but really it's having the trust in your body that this is normal. So lots of people during the transition phase don't know what's going on, but being aware of it and knowing that actually it's just your body getting its hormones back in balance, so is really the best way to describe it. So let's just go over that again. So baby's head is pressing against your pelvic muscles, and you're descending through the birth canal. It's got receptors on the top of its head. It's not sure if it likes it. So then it produces adrenaline. The adrenaline goes through the cord, which is attached to the placenta, which is attached to you. The adrenaline goes up to your central nervous system, and then your body reacts, okay? And this is completely normal. This is the process that happens, okay? So, but what we need to do is just make sure that this process doesn't overtake your labour completely, and that you can draw it back and have more control, okay? So just to end on this adrenaline, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to reiterate basically what adrenaline is, okay? So to birth, you need to feel safe. If you don't feel safe, your body will assume you're in danger, and if you're in danger, your body will produce adrenaline, which will halt or stop the process until you find a place of safety. So your nurturing self won't allow your body to birth your baby if your baby is born in a safe environment, if your baby is born in an unsafe environment, okay? So we need to feel safe. In order to feel safe, you need to think about ways which you can relax, feel calm, whether that's having the curtains closed or the blinds closed in the birthing room, playing your own music, just getting yourself in a zone where you feel comfortable, okay, and knowing that it is normal for these processes to happen. It's just we need to keep our bodies in balance, okay? So if this topic's interested you, or you want to know more about it, please ask me, okay? So my website is www.naturalbirthbirthyourway.co.uk, and I also have a Facebook page, Natural Birth Birth Your Way, and also the group which you can join, and just ask me some questions. Also, you can find out more about the course, what's involved in the course, and just get in touch with me. All right. Next week we're going to be discussing birthing balls. Okay, so how we can use them to the best of our abilities. And I will see you next week for our next theme of the week. And yeah, so birth your way, everyone. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more information. Alternatively, you can contact or book with me, Zoe, on naturalbirth-birthyourway@outlook.com, or visit the website www.naturalbirth-birthyourway.co.uk. Please also visit the Facebook page or join the group for more information. Unfortunately, I am unable to give any medical advice specific to your situation. If you do have any questions, please do ask your midwife. but I am always here for a chat if you need any support regarding anything else.